The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
This is about a new glory, a new mystique. Raider football in its finest. We don't quit, we don't die, we just inflict pain.
What's up, Raider Nation? We have approached week 5, and we played the Chargers yesterday. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen my other video where I do post the full game as much as I can, as long as I'm able to get the footage, with very minimal commercials. And the only reason why it's very minimal commercials and it's not any commercials is because I have a hard time going through all of that and hitting pause on the recording and whatnot. You know, just basically all your editing and everything that's going on with trying to edit out those piece of shit commercials, you know what I mean? There's a few things I did really want to touch on, though, guys. The officiating yesterday during the San Diego game was terrible. Just absolutely terrible. I don't get what the fuck these guys are seeing. Maybe they need to borrow my glasses. Because, to be honest with you, man, there was a lot of fucking plays, a lot of calls that were bad calls in Oakland's favor and in San Diego's favor. I don't know whether when they just start fucking up that they're just trying to sit there and one-up each call with each team just to kind of make it even. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, once you start calling a bad game, I mean, literally, they should get a call from upstairs from the main officiating crew in New York or wherever the fuck they are. Just tell them, hey, look, shut the fuck up and just call the game normal. You know, instead of all this, let's go into a few plays right now, as a matter of fact, and we will go ahead and check that out, and you know, you make the call.
Red zone efficiency. You see the Raiders 0 for 2 today on these opportunities. Carr looking at the end zone. Back of the end zone. Leaping grab. Touchdown, Oakland. Flags come in. Now, he may have been out of bounds and then came back in bounds, so that will be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Cooper goes out of the back of the end zone, and he is not allowed to touch the ball first after you step out of bounds. You see the left foot. Pretty close.
It was pretty close. The left foot did go out, though. Gene Steratore conferring with the rest of the officiating crew. The back judge is Dino Paganelli. Looks like he's on the white right there, Arch.
Yep, you can see it.
It did look like McCoyle had an arm on him.
So that's the other question.
Yep. And that may be what they're talking about right now. This is taking a long time for the officials to decide. Boy, what
great throw and catch in the middle of the field.
Carr was hit too as he let it go. See, the hat goes off. Hats off all over the place.
Yeah, I'm just curious what the discussion is. If you're pushed out, you're allowed to come back in, but I don't believe that he was pushed out.
You think that was just incidental contact?
It has to be forcible push.
That's right.
Forced out of bounds.
See, we'll see it right here. McCoyle's 23, right there, hand on him. I mean, there's definitely contacts.
The way I see it is pretty cut and dry.
No, you played back there for the length of your career. I know you ran up on the line of scrimmage a lot of times. You surprised it's taken them this long to discuss it?
There's no telling. I'm not quite sure.
Well, here's the thing. If they rule it a score, they can review it. but it wouldn't matter at that point. Right there's the arm, and right there's the foot. Yeah, so they've deemed him out of bounds, and they're just trying to figure out if he was pushed out of bounds. I don't know if you can say that he was pushed out of bounds on that spot. As we mentioned, if he's pushed out, he can be the first one to come back and make the catch.
It has to be pretty blatant.
I would agree with that.
From the defensive player. You normally see this on the sideline when the defensive back is jamming the wide receiver and he tries to get an outside release. So the question is if Cooper went out on his own or not.
After a brief conversation, we have pass interference, defense number 23. The contact, which was airborne, put the receiver out. The ball was in the air by the official's judgment, which creates pass interference defense. It was also ruled an incomplete pass. So by rule, the ball will be placed at the 1-yard line, first and goal, Oakland.
Well, I have to admit, you could have called pass interference, but I didn't think that's what they were calling about.
Well, there's a lot to chew on right there. I think you got to question
what they were conferring.
Where's the incomplete? The ball was ruled incomplete, so that's the next question.
Yeah, see, I thought it was a completed pass. I mean, he has it there, and he goes to the ground holding on to it. It's still in his hands. Well, so they rule pass interference. I mean, obviously there were flags down, so they could have thought that the entire time. We're not privy to the conversation.
Not an income. That's surely a catch.
All right, so Steratore is talking to Jack Del Rio, and he throws the challenge flag down. He has to challenge it, I think, at this point, because it definitely was a catch.
Is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. Timeout.
All right. After a brief...
The NFL on CBS.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about right here. This is what's happening. Gene Steratore is under the hood. He's talking to the folks in New York. This is the play. Amari Cooper in the back of the end zone. McCoyle has his arm on him, and Cooper goes out of bounds. All right, so he comes up, makes the catch, has it, goes to the ground under full control. After talking for several minutes, the officials, after throwing the hat, there's the hat that goes down, they were saying that Cooper went out of bounds and then couldn't be the first to touch it. But then they conferred for a few moments and decided it was pass interference on McCoyle, but ruled the catch incomplete.
So the rule says that a receiver cannot go out of bounds on his own and be the first to touch it. But if he's pushed out of bounds by the defensive player, then he can come back and touch the football. Now, we normally see this on the sideline within 5 yards, so there's no question of pass interference. This is in the field of play. But because they say it's pass interference, now Cooper could come back and legally catch the ball. I don't think that's pass interference. I think you can see McCoyle, his arm isn't extended. He rests his elbow on him. He doesn't impede Cooper. I think I don't like the pass interference call.
All right, so Del Rio challenges, thinking it's a touchdown. Here's Gene Steratore.
The ruling on the field of an incomplete pass is confirmed. Although the receiver was knocked out of bounds with the football in the air, which is a foul for pass interference, he still must get 2 feet back in bounds to reestablish as an eligible receiver. The receiver that was knocked out by foul only gets 1 foot back in bounds. Therefore, the pass is incomplete. Oakland will be charged with a timeout in their first.
Now, you see how that play went? Now, what the fuck was he talking about how Amari Cooper didn't have 2 feet in bounds? What do you mean he didn't have 2 feet in bounds? What are you, fucking blind? Do you need my glasses? Literally. All right, how about this play?
Benjamin and Inman.
Personal foul, crackback block, offense number 15, 15-yard penalty, replay second down.
Yeah, so it's Dontrell Inman. He was working against DJ Hayden.
Here it is. Hayden's going to come inside, and you're going to see Inman go low and get to his knees.
Now, how is that a chop block? Now, I know I'm going in San Diego's favor here, and of course that for a Raider fan, that's an utter sin. But literally, how is that a chop block? How is that a chop block? Do you guys see what I mean now about the officials? About how basically the officials rules the outcome of the game. Because if they blow it on calling so many penalties and penalizing so many people for bogus-ass calls, missing face masks calls, missing pass interference calls, calling pass interference when pass interference is not there, saying an incomplete pass happens when it was literally a completed pass. I mean, this is what we have to deal with as Raider fans. This is what we have to deal with as NFL fans, because the officials are ruling the outcome of these games. They literally are. They're ruling the outcome of these games. And I want to thank all the Raiders. I want to thank everybody from the defense to the offense to the special teams to the offensive line. The adversity that you were showing is absolutely stupendous and brilliant. All the way down to the coaching staff, everything seems to be firing on all cylinders. And we are showing the adversity to even overcome all the negative influence from the commentators to the referees, still coming out up on top and winning the motherfucking game at the very last second. I mean, to be honest with you, it's great. It's absolutely great to see the tenacity of this Raiders football team overcome all odds with everything stacked against them and still come out on top to win. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Derek Carr looks absolutely great, except for in the first half. If you haven't noticed on my first video when I showed the game over there for Week 5 against the Chargers, homeboy looked like he was rattled. I'm so glad that he got his poise back and he got back to being the Derek Carr that I've seen, because during the first half, I was complaining. I had no idea who the hell these imposters were and what the fuck happened to my football team. Well, anyway, this is Nathan with the Raider Critique saying, hey, bitches, we're 4-1 now. We're 4-1, and we are tied of the AFC West with the Denver Broncos. How's that feel? Hopefully we can keep this shit going. Hopefully we can still keep winning regardless on what the officials are doing to us, making these bogus calls, and also against other teams, by the way. But if you guys haven't noticed, we've always caught heat from the officials. I don't know what it is, but we always catch heat from the officials. And, I mean, we've gotten a lot of good calls going our way, but got a lot of bad calls going our way, too. And we've got a lot of bad calls coming our way, but we deserve getting some of these freebies with the way they have screwed us over the years. They have screwed us. I don't know what it is about this logo right here, but when they see this logo, when the officials see this logo, and the NFL sees this logo, they like to fuck us over. Well, I'm so glad we're coming out on top, and no matter if you do try to fuck us over like you've done for the last 20, 30, 40 fucking years, we're coming out on top. This is Nathan from the Raider Critique signing out, guys. Peace. I'll see you next week.
And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. We are the Oakland Raiders.
To give a shout out to the Central Texas chapter Raider Nation, headed by Scream. They get together every Sunday at Pluckers over there in Killeen, Texas. Now, guys, I'm sorry that I didn't make it this weekend. As you can see, that I do a lot of these videos here for the Raider Nation's pure enjoyment. So I hope all of you viewers and everybody who is subscribed really appreciates what I do, because I do miss out on Raider functions due to these videos and to get the highlights for you. This is the Raider Critique signing out. Thank you all for subscribing, liking, and watching the videos.
This is your president speaking. And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. We
are the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. Don't need no invitation. No. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. I'm the president of the Raider Nation. Please use this as motivation. If you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. I'm the president of the Raider Nation. Please use this as motivation. If you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. I'm the president of the Raider Nation. Please use this as motivation.